Hi, I'm Lawson, and this is 28 Years Later with the McFarlane Bros. So, here's how I made it. Meet Lachlan Austin, a comedy VFX duo that's been making VFX videos such as these. You may have heard of them, but in the background, I've been lurking, helping them shoot videos here and there, time to time. And recently, the boys have been so busy with their web series, they asked me to help do the VFX for the 28 Years Later promo. But first, we gotta shoot the damn thing.
They want my Doritos.
Now I've got all the footage in the bag, it was on to the edit. So I brought the footage in, organised everything in the colours for each shot, trimmed them down, then jumped on the call with Lachlan and Austin to help finesse the timing. Meanwhile, my studio partner Levi was working hard on a procedural skull pile from the film, using a bunch of scary looking Geonode math and simulations to make this. Then naturally, it was my turn. So I started on the bone towers using some animal bones from a bridge. Created a pillar, then using Levi's distribution method, put some points in the volume and then mapped the collection of bones onto the points and spaced them out. Then I got a rope on a curve and threaded around the bones and then added that to the Geonode setup. Boom! Bone tower, done. Then it was on to prepping our plates for CG. So I took all of our VFX shots in After Effects and rotated them out. And I made sure to take extra time on the hair with the refine tool. Then it was over to Blender to recreate the scene. But there's a problem. Where do I put the camera? Traditionally, you have two ways to solve a camera. Either movement that can be tracked or statics with F-spline to draw straight lines to solve it. But these shots aren't moving, nor do they have straight lines. So trusty tape measure to the rescue. So I made sure to get 3 measurements on set. The guy's height, the camera's height, and the camera's focal length. Then in Blender, I dragged in our plates, lined up the camera height and the guys using the orthographic view. Then I just tilt the camera until I hit the horizon. Or at least, just eyeball it till it looks good. Now I just drag in the bone towers and skull pile and move them around until they look good. Made sure to get a ground plane for accurate shadows, modeled to match the geo of the landscape, then used a displacement material like grass or fur to get better accurate shadows and cutouts for my CG composite. Now it was just a matter of Levi and I taking half the shots each and powering through them. So Levi handled the majority of the compositing over a Nuke and made sure the footage was integrated properly with the right grading, color, and lens characteristics with this scary looking spaghetti tree. Meanwhile, I was over in DaVinci color grading the base shots, making sure to get as close as possible to the actual film. Then finally I got all of our sound effects all laid out in Premiere and then gave that to Levi to mix and master inside of Ableton. And that's a wrap. So that's how I made the 28 Years Later promo with Lachlan Austin.